Welcome to CIE Fashion Talk Radio. I'm your host, Mr. Damian Sanders, and once again, you are in the cradle with the babysitter, and you do know that. This is where fashion meets music and music meets fashion, and we talk everything fashion right here, man, already. Tonight, we have a very special guest, man. We got royalty in the house, man. She's doing it real big. We got Miss Teen California in the house. We got Miss Nautica Andrews. How you doing, Miss Lady?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. First of all, thanks for taking the time with Grayson, CIE Fashion Talk Radio.
No, thank you.
Now, Miss Andrews, now tell us off the bat, now how did you get introduced into modeling and fashion events?
Well, I've liked to model since I was younger, but I was a little shy. So I started around 13, and I didn't get really serious until I was about 15, 16. And from then, I just started submitting myself to more roles and going on a lot more auditions, and it just went from there.
Now, that term that you just said, I don't want to get past that too late. You said really serious. Define what really serious means to you.
Kind of dedicating my all to it. Because before it was more like something I did for fun, but now it's something I want to make my career.
Now, dig that. Now, is there anything in particular that just really attracted you to the business?
I like to take pictures, so I'm really good in front of a camera. And it's my way to get into the fashion business because ultimately I would like to start my own clothing line.
Okay, so you are there any designers out there that really caught your eye that you had a chance to work with?
Actually, no, I haven't gotten a chance to work with anyone, but it's this clothing line called Creative Coaching, and it's more of like urban wear, and I really admire their designs. Like, I kind of want to go that route.
Okay, so you actually you enjoy modeling and working behind the scenes.
Yes.
Okay, all day long. Now, you just won Miss Teen California, I understand.
Yes, I did.
Now, tell us about that experience right there and how you got involved.
So I was online submitting myself for things, and I actually didn't even know I submitted myself to a pageant until I walked into the doors for the interview.
Oh. And
so while I'm interviewing, I kind of was swayed to doing it just for the experience more so. And my intentions, I didn't expect to win. I just expected to have a fun time and basically gain the experience. And yeah.
Okay, now tell us, what was one of the main things that you noticed as being the difference between participating in fashion shows and participating in a pageant?
Pageants are more, they're more proper. I don't know you have to be more...
Elegant.
Yes, you have to be more elegant. Your posture and everything is more... And you're setting a standard for other girls. You have a really high platform with pageants.
Now, I dig that, definitely. Now, how do you feel that, having that experience right there, what I'm saying? How do you think that helps you when you go back into the fashion world and jump back on the runway and things like that?
Of course, I can take things from the pageant and incorporate them in what I do on the runway, but it's kind of hard to do that as well because of the elegance that you need in a pageant versus the walk you need on the runway.
Now, you showed up just to have fun, and you end up winning the whole competition, and now you're Miss Teen California. So what's the next step for you?
Well, I feel like I walked into my purpose. So Nationals is in November, I believe. So I'm going to compete in Nationals. Hopefully I win Nationals. But until then, I plan to, because now that I've won, I'm supposed to do a lot of volunteer work throughout the year. And I basically plan to use my platform to bring awareness to cancer.
Dig that, absolutely. Now, that's one of the main things that I love about pageants is all of the social work that those events be involved in. I think that's really cool. So how important do you think that models, get really heavily involved in social work during their careers?
For me, it's very important because I tell my story and I hope that it encourages other girls. I hope that it reaches someone, even if it's not everyone, as long as it reaches someone, I feel like I've fulfilled my purpose.
Now, you're a cancer survivor, I understand.
Yes.
Now, tell us about that experience right there, and how it's changed you as a person today.
In December, I found out that I had a nodule in my thyroid, and from then on, up until about February, January, I had about 2 biopsies done. And when they sent the specimens off, it came back that it was a 60% chance that I had cancer. So 60% is a lot. So we decided to remove my whole thyroid. And when they tested the nodule, when my whole thyroid was removed, it came back that I did have cancer. So going through that whole experience and not knowing was probably the worst thing. That was the worst thing. Once I knew, it's like, okay, I know what to do from now on. But not knowing, I don't know. It bothered me not knowing. And now that everything's kind of over and done with, I'm now cancer-free. I just want to help teens because now I know what it feels like. Because you can say you feel bad for those who have cancer, but you don't really know what they're going through until you go through it, and I did.
Man, most definitely. Long live Miss Teen California. You're doing it real big. You're an inspiration to a lot of people out there, I already know. And it's only the Lord's blessing that you have that platform to go out there and give your testimony to everyone like that. Once again, it's the CIE Fashion Talk Radio, man. We live in charge and doing it real big with Miss Teen California, Miss Nautica Andrews, man. She's in the house. Now, what would you like to see more of in the fashion industry?
I would like to see more versatility because I'm not, for example, height requirements are like 5'8", 5'9", and I am 5'5".
Oh, wait.
Exactly. So I feel like there shouldn't be such a specific standard.
Now, I never know who set that rule. Who set that standard in the first place? Is it the designers themselves, or is it at a designer's discretion who they want to work with? Who set that high standard, and why do you think that is?
To be completely honest with you, yes, it is. It's basically up to the designer and I think they set that standard because when you wear the clothes, you want them to drape, and if you're too short, they may drag and things of that sort. But at the same time, if a short girl walks in and wows the designer, they're going to choose her. So I don't see why the standard should be there in the first place.
So why are you always making clothes for tall people?
Exactly.
I mean, the whole thing is you're a designer, right? Shouldn't you be able to design anything for anybody?
I was just watching a Michael Kors fashion show. And I actually, because, okay, you know how you see some fashion shows and it's like, who would wear that? But Michael Kors, I feel like their designs are realistic, and I would love to work with them.
Okay, most definitely. Now I ask everybody this question right here, man. Fashion models, musicians, anybody. Who do you put on your Mount Rushmore of fashion models?
Naomi Campbell.
That's one. Who else?
Let me see. Iman.
That's two.
Okay. Gigi.
That's three. You got one more for you.
Simmons.
Who?
Kimora.
Oh, there it is. I think that's a good list right there, man. Pretty consistent with what everybody's been saying for the most part. You didn't say Tyra Banks. That was a surprise.
Well, I think it's more so because I watched like America's Next Top Model and stuff like that, but now I'm more focused on. You don't see Tyra too much.
Okay. Now you're going to be participating in this Rebuild Your Laugh event that's coming up by Miss Nakia Brown. Tell us about that event that's coming up right there.
I'm actually really excited to do it. I'm excited to work with her. And she's an up and coming designer, and I'd love to help. Or we can help each other.
All day long. Now, what does that term right there mean to you? Rebuild your laugh. How do you go about rebuilding your laugh?
It's kind of like life has a new meaning to me. I feel like my purpose is to inspire young women, young adults, anyone, not even putting a specific gender. I feel like my purpose is to reach those that I can reach through my testimony.
And there it is right there. Now, for fans that want to find Miss Nautica Andrews online, how do they go about doing that?
You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is KVMYA. And I'm in the process of making a Facebook. I'm just waiting to get more professional pictures.
Everybody's wondering, where is Miss Nautica Andrews' Facebook at? We couldn't find her.
Yeah, I have never had a Facebook. I'm 17 and I've never had a Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So I have to make one. I'm really late.
Well, Miss Teen California has to be accessible to her loyal following out here, you know.
I know. I'm going to make one really soon.
All day long. And we appreciate you for taking the time with this interview.
No problem. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Now that's Miss Nautica Andrews, y'all. Miss Teen California. Y'all make sure y'all check up on her. We support her 10,000% over here at CIE Fashion Talk Radio. And you do know that.
Thank you so much.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
If nobody told you, I'ma show you.